Hey, I'm Rutledge and welcome to the State of TechRaptor, my monthly video series in which I'll take a look at our previous month and current/next month in order to really fill you in on what's going on with TechRaptor. So to start off, let's talk a little bit about February 2015. We had 424,042 page views, over 282 articles. I would be remiss to say that most of that didn't come from the Pinsoff interviews, but I'll delve into that a little bit more in a moment. To touch on ranking, our Alexa rank started at 118,000 worldwide, with 48,000 United States. And we finished the month around, I believe it was around 108,000 globally and 32,000 in the United States, which is really freaking awesome. We're so close to hitting that, just under 100,000 in the world, and I can't wait till we get to that point. But Twitter, we grew by 710 followers. Facebook was 250. And I want to touch on YouTube a little bit more because that's one of our big growth points. We're trying to produce and release more YouTube content. And I know a lot of our readers are happy about that because YouTube is growing. It's one of the places that we need to expand to if we want to stay relevant. And yeah, so currently we have a Monday series called The Hunt, in which you will be able to look at games that you should definitely pick up. And then Thursdays, you'll see a first impressions style video from Sean as well. We're looking at some new series for that, a debate series, and a couple others that we think are going to be a lot of fun and that people are going to like. But in terms of YouTube, we grew by 150 subscribers and had over 6,000 plays of our videos. So that's huge. We're really, really pushing into YouTube hard. We've got a whole video team dedicated to starting up some new ideas and testing them out. So definitely stay tuned to our YouTube channel. Please, please, please subscribe. And like I said, the Pinsoff interviews were huge. We had our own trending hashtag for a little while there, hashtag Pinsoff interview. Crazy set of days. I want to preface all this by saying we did spend a lot of time vetting these articles as much as we possibly could before we released them. And what that means is essentially interviews are hard to vet because in most cases it's their opinion and there's only so much we can vet. But we went out of our way to make sure that at least some of the allegations were completely possible and within the realm of possibility. We also reached out to Sean McGrath, who was in the process of doing an interview with Georgina before Kotaku, Jason Schreier, talked to him about his piece. But yeah, if you want to check out the Pinsoff interviews, they are right here. In terms of stats, Part 1 had 25,764 views. Part 2 is at 66,000, and Part 3 is at 14,731. And those are exact numbers as of March 14th. We had a couple other things that went on, and we did follow up as much as we could with the Pinsoff interview, and there were some allegations on 8chan that the IGF had gotten to us and had, served us or something along those lines. It's not true. We have received nothing from anyone's lawyers telling us to cease and desist or take any articles down. We just haven't written more on it because we haven't been able to dig anything else up. As always, we accept tips, so please send them to us if you've got something, and we'll investigate as much as we can to see if there is something to the tip that you'll send in. We had another incident with John Kelly, who wrote a post titled Seeds of Impropriety about us, essentially saying we allowed our political or personal bias to influence content, which isn't true. The way the interviewing process works at TechRaptor, just to kind of sum it up, is that people say, I would really like to talk to this person. Can I do an interview? And then myself or one of the editors gives permission and access to an official TechRaptor email account for correspondence. And that's how interviews are conducted. We don't say, this person has this opinion, let's talk to them so that they can further our agenda. That's not our goal. We just want to talk to people who look like they have something really interesting to say and will bring value to our readership. And I addressed his post right here. There's also a link to the stream in which him and I kind of talked it through for about an hour and a half. So that was interesting. It was fun. I'll always address issues like this because it is important that we do so. So the last thing that really happened in February was Micah's Gamergate piece, which took a lot of flack. Essentially, Micah touched on the fact that he thinks that Gamergate is off topic and needs to step away from the drama and all that. It was something we published. I personally was not a part of that decision, unfortunately. I wasn't aware of it until it was published. But it was an editorial. It was an opinion piece. I hope that doesn't, people don't have an issue with that reflecting on us. It's not necessarily how we feel as a whole. In all honesty, TechRaptor is a neutral site, and people are gonna be like, "No, you're not." That's not true. We have writers who are pro Gamergate who support the movement, but the site is neutral. If you write for TechRaptor, you're not allowed to send emails. You're not allowed to participate in ops or any of the other parts of Gamergate outside of just interacting with people, talking about ethics, talking about events, and things like that. Because that's a conflict of interest for my writers or myself or the site as a whole to get involved. Because obviously it does benefit us because we are an ethics and games-driven outlet. Social issues aren't really something that we focus on for the most part. Our goal is to focus on tech and games, and we're trying to step away from the Gamergate topics as much as we can. A lot of people are, I guess, annoyed that 5% of our content has come from that, which roughly equates to like 100 articles over the last 7 months, which is not much. I'm not going to apologize for writing those articles. Obviously, we have a lot of fun talking about the issues and the topics that are going on, but our real love and our real passion is gaming and tech, and it will continue to be. That's our main focus. So, we also released our forums at some point in February. I can't remember the exact day. If you haven't checked them out, you can go here, sign up, talk with us. My staff is very, very active on the forums. We've got a lot of people on there checking them out every day. We'd love to have you come and talk with us. If you got questions, you got concerns, you got suggestions, bring them to the forums. We will address them. We'll talk to you about them. And if it's something that we should definitely do, we'll certainly implement them. But yeah, that's it for February 2015. Let's talk about March. So March 18th marks our second birthday, I believe. Yes, 2013, 2014, 15. Yeah, 2 years. We've been at this, or I've been at this for 2 years with the site, and we are incredibly excited to be where we're at this point. It's well beyond where I thought we would be right now, and I'm ecstatic. It's a lot of work, it's a lot of time, but I love doing it. My staff loves doing it, and we're excited to be here. So look forward to some special giveaways around the 18th. We're going to do that in celebration of our birthday. Some of the things that are on the docket for this month, first of all, would be our ethics policy. Now, we released our ethics policy in early September, I think it was. It was more of a internal, verbal type deal beforehand, and we put it on paper, and it was okay. It was rough, we were trying to get something out on our policies so that we could have something to show for what our goals are. So our goal for March is to finish revamping them They're going to be a lot longer, a lot more detailed. They're going to go into our review process, our review code process, travel, gifts, sponsorships, you name it. Every single thing that could go on with TechRaptor is going to be covered in how we're going to handle it. Because what good is, ethics if you don't have something to follow? So yeah, stay tuned for that. There will be a lot of fanfare around that, I'm sure. We really, really want to make this good, easy to read, and it does include TLDRs for those of you who don't want to read paragraphs. I'm going to keep doing the Q&As as well. Around March 18th, our birthday, is my goal for doing this month's, just because they are so much fun. Last month we had a blast. We had about 60 people and started talking about waifus and a whole bunch of other random topics. But, I don't expect every question to be about TechRaptor, and it's fun. I love interacting. My staff loves joining in on these, and we want to keep doing them. In terms of our site retheme, we're finishing that up. We added a new graphic designer to the mix, who's going to be helping out Travis in getting the PSD files ready for our programmer. And for those of you who don't know how some development works, it really depends on the person. In this case, we have to develop a PSD file that's going to look exactly like we want each page to look. So for our articles, each bit has to be in there, the sidebar, all of it, and then he can basically take that and program it into a workable theme. And the goal for this is to make a cleaner, faster, more responsive site that our readers can really get behind, and will make your lives easier in reading the site. Primarily because, I'll be honest, our theme is not very good. It was something that I bought back in, I think it was late 2013, and we've stuck with it because it's worked. It's been good. But at this point, we need to do more. So stay tuned for that. I'm really excited to redo it and add some new features to the site. The last thing I really want to touch on is, I've been very busy as of late, and I know my staff has been a little bit annoyed with me for that because my day job has kind of overwhelmed me towards the end of February there. But my staff, we're both very, very dedicated to TechRaptor. We're dedicated to our community. We're dedicated to our readers. You're not going to see us going away anytime soon, if at all. We're going to continue working, continue writing, and we just want to keep bringing great content. So thank you for reading. It really means a lot to me, to my staff, and to everyone involved in TechRaptor that you continue to support us. We couldn't be where we're at without you. The Patreon donations, the anonymous donations, the clicking ads, whatever it is that you do to support us, I want to thank you for taking the time to do that, taking the money, taking whatever it is that you do, sharing, retweeting, any of it. It all helps. I'm so thankful that you do it, and my staff just loves interacting with all of you. And check out our streams on Twitch. We're streaming pretty frequently now. Check us out, subscribe, interact. We're going to be adding some giveaways, some bots that'll record your comments and all that so that we can do some sort of a raffle or something along those lines. But Tanis is the one handling that. If you got questions directed to her, she's in charge of our Twitch. So we're dedicated to quality as well. So if you see something that doesn't seem like it's of the highest quality, please let us know, and we'll find a way to make it better. So with that, that's February 2015, and thank you for reading TechRaptor, and stay tuned for next month.